Hello, and welcome to your last week of class. This week, you will conclude reading the Old Testament portion of our textbook, the Good Book on Leadership, focusing on the life and leadership of Ezra, Nehemiah, Daniel, and Esther. In addition, you'll have a couple of wrap-up assignments as well. Hopefully this week will be a climax for our previous weeks of study, and it'll be a culmination of great learning and good fellowship with one another. In this final video lecture, I would like for our focus to be on the fifth model coming out of contemporary leadership theory, and that is transformational leadership. You will find that in some ways, transformational leadership overlaps with charismatic leadership theory, which we studied a few weeks ago. However, there are some noteworthy differences, and let me try to explain those to you. Charismatic leadership theory emphasizes the personal charisma of the leader as the primary source of their influence. Charismatic leaders are seen as really possessing exceptional qualities such as vision, courage, and inspirational communication skills that really enables them to inspire and motivate their followers. Charismatic leaders may also use emotional appeals, storytelling, and other techniques to create a sense of shared purpose and emotional connection with their followers. In contrast, however, transformational leadership theory emphasizes the leader's ability to transform and to develop their followers. Transformational leaders inspire their followers to transcend their self-interest and work towards a shared vision. They encourage their followers to take ownership of their work, develop their skills and abilities, and become leaders themselves. Transformational leaders are focused on creating a positive organizational culture that values innovation, creativity, and personal growth. So while both theories emphasize the importance of the leader's ability to inspire and motivate their followers, charismatic leadership theory tends to focus more on the leader's personal qualities and abilities, while transformational leadership theory focuses more on the leader's ability to develop their followers and to create a positive organizational culture. This we know. Leadership is a crucial element in the success of any organization, whether it's a business, government agency, or a nonprofit. However, not all leadership is created equal, and there are various leadership styles that can be employed to achieve different outcomes. The one which seems to be the most researched style is transformational leadership, which has gained popularity in recent years as an effective way to inspire and to motivate followers. So what is transformational leadership? It is a style of leadership that focuses on inspiring and motivating followers to achieve their full potential. It's based on the idea that leaders can create a positive change by empowering their followers and encouraging them to take ownership of their work. This is accomplished by creating a vision for the organization, communicating that vision to the followers or employees, and then providing them with the resources and support they need to achieve their goals. There are 4 key components of transformational leadership, according to James McGregor Burns. You've heard his name before. I even referenced his books for you here in previous lectures. Once again, we turn to Burns and hear his heart and thoughts and research on transformational leadership. He says that these components are idolized influence, which refers to the leader's ability to act as a role model for their followers. Transformational leaders often are admired and respected by their followers, who see them as ethical and trustworthy. Second, there's inspirational motivation. Transformational leaders inspire their followers by creating a compelling vision for the future. They communicate this vision in a way that resonates with their followers and motivates them to work towards achieving it. There's intellectual stimulation. Transformation leaders encourage their followers to think creatively and critically about their work. They provide opportunities for their followers to learn and to grow, and they challenge them to push beyond their comfort zones. Finally, there's individualized consideration. Transformational leaders recognize that each follower is unique and has their own needs and goals. They provide individualized support and guidance to help their followers achieve their full potential. Again, these four elements are critical or essential to transformational leadership. So how does transformational leadership work? It works by creating a sense of shared purpose and collective identity among followers. This is accomplished through the leader's ability to inspire and motivate their followers to work towards a common goal. By creating a compelling vision for the future, the leader is able to align the goals and values of the business or the organization with the goals and values of its followers. Transformational leaders also create a positive work environment that fosters creativity, innovation, and collaboration. They empower their followers by giving them the resources and support they need to achieve their goals, and they provide opportunities for personal and professional growth. Transformational leadership is important in the 21st century, and we need to understand how to use it and employ it as needed in our leadership. Transformational leadership is particularly important at this time in history because it allows organizations to adapt to the rapidly changing business and cultural landscape. It's a powerful tool to use when inspiring and motivating followers to achieve their full potential. By creating a compelling vision for the future, empowering followers, and fostering a positive work environment, transformational leaders can create a positive change in their organizations and in the world at large. As the challenges we face in the world become increasingly more complex, transformational leadership will continue to play a critical role in shaping the future of our organizations and our businesses and our society. Once again, let's look to the Old Testament. I think of two Old Testament personalities who modeled transformational leadership. Now, you're probably going to say, I bet Moses is in the list. Because he appears to be my favorite, does he not? We've talked about him every week. But sure enough, I want to draw your attention to Moses and also another individual. One of the most often cited examples of transformational leadership in the Old Testament is Moses. Moses led the Israelites out of slavery into Egypt and towards the Promised Land. And certainly his leadership style was characterized by his ability to inspire and motivate his followers towards a common goal. Moses' transformational leadership can be seen in several aspects of his leadership. For example, he provided a compelling vision for the Israelites by communicating God's promise to lead them to the land flowing with milk and honey. He also acted as a role model for his followers, demonstrating his commitment to the values that he held so deep within and his willingness to sacrifice for the greater good and the cause of God. Moses also provided intellectual stimulation to his followers by teaching them God's laws and encouraging them to think critically about their faith and how they conduct their lives. He also showed individualized consideration to his followers, listening to their concerns and providing guidance and support when needed. Overall, Moses' transformational leadership style helped to create a sense of shared purpose and collective identity among the Israelites, which was essential to their success as a nation. King David would be another figure from the Old Testament who would be cited as an example of transformational leadership. David, who became king of Israel after the reign of Saul, is known for his many accomplishments as a leader, including his military victories, his establishment of a stable government, and his contributions to Israel's spiritual life. David's transformational leadership can be seen in several ways. First, he was able to inspire and motivate his followers through his own actions and example. David was a skilled warrior and a man of faith, and his commitment to these values inspired his followers to emulate him. Second, David was able to provide a compelling vision for his kingdom. He established Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and built a great palace and temple to honor him. He also expanded Israel's territory through his military conquests, which helped to create a sense of national pride and identity among followers. David also provided intellectual stimulation to his followers by encouraging them to think critically about their faith and their role in the kingdom. He was known for his wisdom and his ability to solve problems, and he established a system of justice that was fair and equitable. Finally, David showed individualized consideration to his followers by recognizing their unique talents and abilities. He appointed capable leaders to important positions, regardless of their background or their social status, and he provided opportunities for people to contribute to the kingdom in meaningful ways. Overall, David's transformational leadership helped to establish Israel as a strong and prosperous nation, and his example continues to inspire leaders today. I trust that as you've looked at these 5 models coming out of leadership theory today, you can identify with each one and the personalities that we've discussed, taking that into stride with what you read from your textbook about many other Old Testament leaders and the various aspects of leadership that made them successful. Bringing all that together, you should be able to formulate a matrix, a process, a purpose, a vision for your own leadership. Thank you for being a part of this course. It's been great getting to know you, studying God's Word with you, thinking critical with you, and most important of all, being with you on the front lines of leadership today as we seek to glorify God and make our world a more just place. Blessings on your studies.